We're going to take a look now at the break and join commands available to you in AutoCAD. We're staying in the modifying objects.dwg file, and you can see that we're still zoomed in on the hot desking area that we created previously. Just before we get started, go up to the Modify panel on the Home tab on the ribbon, click on the flyout, and just click on the pin. The reason being is the break commands are there on the flyout part of the panel, and also the join command is right there as well. Now, what we're going to do first is we're going to do a little bit of breaking, and then we'll jump into joining. Now, it's this line here that we're going to be working with, just there, like so. And it's the line that forms the internal wall that our hot desking areas are kind of up against, if you get my meaning. Now, we've got two options to break in AutoCAD. You've got this one here, which is break at point, and that breaks the object at a single point. And we've also got this one here, which allows us to break between 2 points. We're going to use break at point first. So if we go to break at point, like so, and click on it, it'll prompt you to select the object you want to break. Now, make sure that your object snaps are on down on the status bar, because you will need to be able to snap to exact points. So I'm going to select this line here. And then what I'm going to do is select this endpoint here where the internal wall joins the main wall. Now, when I've done that, it doesn't look any different, but you'll notice now I have one line here, which I'll hit escape to deselect, and one line here. And what I've done is I've actually broken it into two lines at the endpoint of this line here. So that's using break at point. Now, I could do that again. If I go back to break at point and select this line this time, and then break at this point here, the other side of the internal wall that forms the partition for the hot desking area, what I've now got is 1, hit escape, 2, hit escape, 3, hit escape. 3 lines. And I could, if I wanted to, select this short line here, just delete it, and you can see it kind of clears a space between the 2 vertical lines that form the internal wall there. Now, that's one way of breaking your lines in AutoCAD. What about break at 2 points? How does that work? Well, we've still got this big long line here. So let's go to break at 2 points, like so. When I come into the drawing area, it prompts me to select the object I want to break, like break at point. So when I do that, it's now telling me specify second break point. Why has it done that? Because where you have clicked on the line to break, it classes that as the first point. If you look down at the command line now, you can see that there's a first point option. So what you can do is, can you see there? Let's try to break that as I move along. So I'm going to right click and go to first point. My first point break will be there. My second point break will be on the next endpoint along. And when I do that, can you see it's broken it into that line there, cleared the gap between the 2 points and that line there. So I can hit escape to deselect that. So you can see there, I've got the same effect at the end of each of those internal walls, but by using different break commands. So you've got break at point and break at 2 points, so to speak. And the lovely thing about the break at 2 points is it clears what's between the 2 points. It erases it for you. Now, last but not least, let's have a little look now at join. Join is this command here. If I click on join, it joins similar objects to form a single unbroken object. So if I click on join and now select this line and this line here, can you see there's a gap between the two? When I press enter, they join and they form one line. Quick and easy, especially if you've got lines that you want to join together. For example, you might erase these internal walls, which means you've got loads of gaps in the lines here. So it allows you to join them together. One more join. Hit escape a couple of times to deselect and cancel any commands. Go back to the join command. I'm going to select this line and this line. Press enter to confirm, And we now are back to the one single line that we started with. I'll just hit escape to deselect it. So you can see how useful break at point, break between 2 points, or break at 2 points, and the join command are useful in your drafting when you're working in your AutoCAD drawings.